Welcome to Shikar. We're so excited to play this amazing game of D&D 5th edition here with you today. Today, Valym hits level 5, and because of this, I am joined by the effervescent, the amazing, the GM of Dimension 20's upcoming Shriek Week, the Thirst Lord of TikTok himself, James.
I wore a skirt for the occasion.
What? Oh!
But I'm wearing pants because if not, my thighs get wild.
Well then.
I got thighs for days.
Well
When I
then.
say days, I mean 365.
Just so the audience knows, Gabe just went and put on that beanie.
I did. It literally was on my shelf. And I'm like, oh my god, I almost forgot. I went and put it on. We totally had this. Not planned at all.
Beanie connection. Yeah. It means now we're gonna, I don't know, it's gonna be a very cozy episode of Shikar. For those of you that are new here, hello and welcome. This is our D&D 5th edition homebrew game. This is the third, almost said the second, the third in our series of one-shots, celebrating our players hitting level 5. We do these so you can get a one-on-one with them, and usually they're so good. I love these.
What happened in my first two?
What?
What happened in my I don't remember what happened in my first two.
No, we only had one other one shot for level 3.
So this is our second in our series of one shots.
You're right.
I assumed
I
you
forgot.
were right.
No,
I was like, what did I?
I got tripped up. We just had episodes where there was
vaccination shot and it messed me up, but I didn't realize.
I think in the last one, that was when you got a bit. That's where you got the lycanthropy.
That's where the goddamn werebats. That's right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's Balvin's right. It was that you and Balvin basically had a one shot, and it threw me off.
Makes sense. Sahiba. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
You know what? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I thought that this was the third, but it was indeed only the second. So
that was lit.
I was confused. But that was a very good episode. That's actually one of my favorite episodes of Shikar ever.
That was so much fun. It was literally just bros hanging out with grandma.
There was so much lore. Y'all got tattoos. It was just such a great time. Can't even be mad about it. It was so good. So good. Today.
Introduce yourself.
Huh?
Introduce yourself. You introduced me.
Yeah, you're right. Hi, hello. I'm that bronze girl, and I love DMing this game.
And she's also the host for Battle for Beyond on D&D Beyond.
It's true. I am the host for the upcoming Battle for Beyond on D&D Beyond. I've been so excited with people saying this cast is stacked. It's insane because I had a hand in that, of putting together who I wanted at my table, and I don't think people know exactly how much creative input I had on this, but it's been great to kind of have fun with that. I can't wait for y'all to see the miniature setup for this episode. I may have outdone myself. It's not that I care more about one shot compared to the other. It's more so a matter of I keep getting better at designing the minis and painting the miniatures, and I don't know, even when I finished your miniature game, I was like, I killed it on this, because he even has a little gold crosshatch, kind of the way your concept art does, and then the basing turned out really good too, and then MK on Twitter complimented me on the basing, and that just made me feel even more vindicated that it was dope basing, and I was like, yes,
you nailed it.
It only took a while, but I finally got all the minis based. Yeah, I have a cool camera trick for this map, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Spicy. That's the spicy meatball.
It is.
But yes, this is my channel. Hello, welcome. I do a little bit of everything. but this game is my passion project. And I love DMing for this wonderful group of players every week. After Balvin's one shot next week, in which Ajax and Malesh are going to go on a journey, we're going to be going dark until January, and then we're going to hang out on the first Tuesday in January with new overlays, new art, all new everything, and a new mystery fourth member of our cast. We're super excited for this like soft relaunch. We even have some new sponsors in the works, so we might have a little bit more shmoney to play with. Speaking of sponsors, thank you Roll20 for sponsoring our show. We really appreciate it. Roll20 is a free virtual tabletop where you can play games like this one for free with your friends. I'm also going to be a part of the upcoming Roll20 Con, so come hang out with us there. And I'm going to be running a game of Call of Cthulhu for a wonderful table of players. Yeah, it's Cynthia Marie Persephoroth. I think was it Michelle Wynn? I always hesitate when I say the last name because I do not want to mess it up. And Banana Chan. So come hang out with us and watch us play Call of Cthulhu. I know. In celebration of Roll20 Con. I'm sure, Gabe, you have some cool news for Roll20 Con.
I do. On Sunday, with my co-designer, Elise Resendez, I am doing a walkthrough of an adventure that I designed. So for Roll20 Con, any user can get a free adventure. It is a harvest festival. There is, I think, 8+ mini games that we put inside of there. There are rollable tables inside of the handouts. I got some of my friends to do little voice acting clips for some of the different stands. I got the tooltip set up, so if anyone hovers over some of the booths, it'll tell you what booth it is. Like, it'll say, this is the fighting pit, this is the arm wrestling ring, this is the pie eating contest. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of, like, unique art. It's very colorful. It's, like, hella diverse, which was a big proponent of it. I'm really proud of how it came out. So, yeah, if you just go to the website during Roll20 Con, which starts the 10th. No, when is Roll20?
My game is on the 13th, but
12th to 14th.
Okay.
I was early. Yeah, so the 12th to 14th. Go check out the website. Get the free adventure. Mess around with it. It's an add-on, so you can just add it to any of your existing games. There's also a randomly generated chart that I made with Elise that has 75 different festival prizes. The one that I remember is like, there's like a fragment of eternal ice, and if you eat it, you die. And I don't know. It gets weird. There's also like a goat that just talks to you, whose name is Otis. There's a lot of weird things that you can win in that festival. That, like, if you click that and the DM doesn't say no, yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gents. I want to work on a setting book with you sometime. That'd be fun.
Okay.
No, that'd be fun.
I will send you one of the two that I've been working on.
Oh, dang.
Oh, you saw me talking about a Bloodborne type thing. Girl, I'm already like a third of the way through. I've been talking to Valym about that too. He knows what's up. All right.
I love Bloodborne. I played Bloodborne before I played Dark Souls, and it had, like, because of that, I've always liked it more.
Yep.
I think it's really hard to go from Bloodborne to Dark Souls because Bloodborne is the more polished game.
All right. You know what? I'm not gonna get you started on this. I was watching a stream earlier where you were talking about Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you on that tangent.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of opinions on why Bloodborne is, like, amazing and why Dark Souls is good too, but really not as good as Bloodborne. Sorry, everyone's gonna unsub now. What?
Are you excited for Elden Ring?
I am. Like, it's definitely something I'm gonna play. I just have a lot of reticence because I don't know. We just haven't seen, like, enough of it, and I feel like the issue with the games in the last, like, year or so that I've played isn't even of design. It's of compatibility and optimization. So
I'm excited. It's also, the map is huge, and I'm really worried that I'm going to hit a point where I'm like, this is too big. I'm not covering enough of the map to feel like I've made a difference. Like some people love the idea of having an entire continent to play in. I'm like, I have other things that I need to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way. I always point back to like Spider-Man for PlayStation 4
Oh yeah.
as the perfect length of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, the map is the perfect size and the length of the game is perfect. Where
Yeah.
100%ing it does take some time, but is possible, and you can beat the game in 20 hours, or you can sink up to like 50 hours in it. And it's just like, for me, that's perfect. I didn't fast travel, I think, even one time when I played that game, because web slinging around was just like so convenient and the map wasn't insanely large. But when I see a big map, usually it just becomes like big and empty.
Yes.
Like there's like nothing there to really engage with. Like there's space, but it's boring space. So I hope that's not the case.
Ajax's brain.
Oh,
I don't mean it. I don't mean it. Balvin, I love you. Balvin, I love you.
that's Mayor Appleseed you're talking about.
You know what?
They never should have got the two of us on a one shot. We're gonna be sitting here talking so much smack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Apologies to our YouTube audience. Speaking of YouTube audience, go to the Battle for Beyond trailer. It's on the D&D Beyond channel now. And feel free to thumbs it up or leave a comment talking about how much you love me. You don't have to, just kidding. But you could. And maybe, you know, they hire me to make another one. Because I would love to continue the story with these adventurers. And I can't wait for you to meet them on the 12th. All right. So, we begin our intrepid adventure. Did we do everything? I think we did everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it checks out.
I'm pretty sure we did everything.
Gladly.
The battle for bronze? No one's battling for me. What are y'all? Okay, y'all need to chill.
You have never seen your comments then, honey.
Well, Nani? Huh?
Balvin and I fight over bronze all the time. It's just not when you're around.
You find yourself in a bar. A seedy bar. With all manner of scoundrel, cutthroat, and smuggler. You see them eyeing you up and down, your pockets ripe for the picking, and all manner of ne'er-do-well lurks here. There's a scowling man at the bar with a big scar across one eye, and another pushes past you with a peg leg. And you find yourself in one of the seediest bars in one of the seediest neighborhoods of the Stacks.
There's gotta be some sort of information here. Someone has to know something. But who? And I look for someone who's drunk. Well, the drunkest person. I'm sure there's plenty of drunk people. But like the drunkest person here that I can find.
Mm-hmm. There is a woman wearing a bustier, somewhat spilling out of it as she is very well endowed, laughing loudly and drunkenly in the corner. She's kind of half falling out of the booth she's in, and she's alone is what strikes you. Like she's laughing and talking to no one in particular.
I'll go order a mead.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'll go order 2 actually. I'll put 10 copper on the bar. And just kind of assuming. And if he doesn't stop me, then...
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, gladly. I'll pick them both up. I'll walk over to where she's sitting. I'll take a seat. And I'll slide one over.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you.
She pushes her curly hair out of her face, revealing 2 almost charcoal dark eyes and green skin. It's the color of the moss on the underside of a boat, and she wears bright red lipstick. She's a half-orc. She grabs the drink from you and says, "Hi."
How are you doing tonight?
Amazing. How are you doing?
Absolutely delightful, and now in good company.
You're new here. I haven't seen you around.
I am. You caught me. How'd you know? Do you know everybody here?
One way or another, I do. You see, I'm the dealer.
The dealer?
The local casino. So,
Oh.
everyone finds their way to my table one way or another.
Where is the local casino? I'd love to play.
Oh, it's 2 blocks down and to the right. I hope cards are your game. Or dice.
Cards, dice, charm, anything nice. I'm a bit of a gambling man.
I can tell. Well then, since you're so suave and sweet and smooth, I'll tell you. The management tells us to cheat, so you should just save your money.
But what if I cheat?
If you cheat, they'll break your kneecaps.
Only if I get caught, right?
That's true. But Mickey keeps a pretty close eye on the tables.
Mickey? Who's Mickey?
Mickey, I think he's one of the Copper Pinch boys. At least I think that's who he works for.
Copper Pinch? That's a last name that I've heard before.
Yes.
What, Brandy Copperpinch?
No, Bindi. Yeah, you do know that.
That's what I've done. Seriously takes notes. Oh, you know what? He's related to Bindi, isn't he?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think he might just work for her.
Oh, that makes sense. What?
Yeah, he's this gnome, so I don't think they're related. Maybe he's half gnome, half goblin.
Who
know.
owns the casino, if I may ask?
Oh, I don't know. That's out of my pay grade. Mickey's just my supervisor.
So the Copper Pinches are a bit in charge of.
Well, it
some of the things
depends
in
on the
casino.
district you go to. Springleaf, and you see her like put a hand on yours, a well manicured hand. There's some areas that the Florendales control. You really are new in town.
I am. I've heard of the Florendales. Are they as powerful as people say?
Well, there's a little bit of a power struggle going on right now, because word on the street is that the patriarch is dying, and there's no one to replace him.
Oh no, he doesn't have any children.
Oh, he does. He has a few. He has a lot, actually. I dated one of the boys.
How was that?
Oh, he was sweet. Kind of on the dumb side, though.
You look like you'd need someone a little bit smarter anyways.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know me. Her, fingers play with yours.
I'd be lucky too.
Yeah, I do like them a bit more intelligent.
You have good taste. And what was your name?
My name is Ruby.
Ruby.
Technically,
favorite gems.
it's Rubia, but Ruby is what I go by and, when I'm working.
Well, Ruby, you are quite the gem.
Oh, thank you. You see color rise in her green cheeks.
Yeah. Well, Ruby, I will absolutely have to come find your table later and play some games. Card games, dice games, whatever else entails.
I'll catch you if you're cheating.
If you catch me, promise you won't let me go.
Oh. You see her like blush and smile. Make a perception check.
24.
Yeah, she didn't roll that well. You notice from like her drunkenly kind of like smoothing out your shirt that she's kind of trying to figure out where your purse is.
Mm-hmm. I grab her hand and I put it on my chest. Ruby, if you're trying to get my wallet, there's easier ways.
Oh, no, I was just smoothing out a wrinkle.
Ruby, remember what you said? If you cheat, don't get caught.
Oh, you're too much. I don't think I caught your name.
Cohen. Cohen Ajax.
Cohen Ajax. I'll remember it.
I hope you never forget it.
Next round's on me.
Oh, I must be going. I just wanted to leave you wanting for more, Ruby.
Oh, you're naughty.
You have no idea. And then I stand up and Valym walks out.
Mm-hmm. Heartbreaker.
Yeah. Kingdom Slayer. Interesting. Okay. So, if I'm going to get information about the Don and all of this shit, the casino is probably the best place to start. Because some people, if they don't have money to bet, they will bet information.
True.
About what time of day is it?
It is evening when you got into town. Mm-hmm.
Evening. Okay. Poor Ajax. Valym finds a corner. Ooh. Yeah. This is gonna be sick as hell. Okay. Valym finds a corner. And like dips into the shadows as much as it can, and then with his Eldritch Adept feat, uses disguise self to make himself look like Chaw Ironside.
Ah, okay.
I'm an asshole. Nah. Ajax, you're so thick. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Nah, that's too much work. This works. Okay. And then he starts making his way to the casino.
Sure enough, after wandering the dirty cobble street stones of the streets of the stacks, you find yourself, if you follow the directions to a T, which I'm sure you do, in front of the casino. There is not a sign erected outside, but the doors are thrown wide open. You would know, Valym, that gambling is a frowned upon activity, and as such, this place isn't exactly advertised, but they're also not hiding.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. So we've got the Copperpinch faction. We've got the Florendale faction. God damn, I got some Game of Thrones shit going on. All right. Yeah, he's gonna walk in, kind of matching Ajax's bold mannerisms, trying to look a little bit more gruff than this nature boy is used to.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to start looking around for anyone that looks like they might resemble Sunflower in any way, like anyone that could be relatives.
So when you walk in, sure enough, you do see tables, round tables everywhere. There is a woman singing lounge music on a small circular stage that's only 1 or 2 steps up in one end of the room. There's men in suits and women in suits kind of walking around with trays of drinks. And you notice that at every single round table, there is a dealer wearing garb that is very similar to what Ruby was wearing in the tavern, although hers looked a bit more disheveled. You see them wearing like these sort of lace the sleeves rolled up. The vests are red and they're embroidered with like a black floral pattern on top of that. And at the tables, you see all kinds of games being played. 6-card Monty. There's a dice game that you're somewhat familiar with called 3-Cup. And dice or dragon's dice. There is give me a perception check for a few different things here.
That's fun. 22.
Things. You notice the security, which is a very stout dwarf kind of standing near the door. You see people flashing a card to him as they walk in. It glints with like a soft gold, and you notice he doesn't like actively stop anyone, but they're just kind of like flashing the card and walking past him as they go into the parlor. You also notice who you imagine must be Mickey, a small gnome, hair pulled back into 2 sort of French braids that come down over his shoulders. He's dressed in a rich but trashy fashion, if that makes sense, as one does when they have lots of money to spend but no taste. He is wearing almost head to toe gold, rings on every finger, including 3 in his nose right in the middle. And he's wearing a gold suit as well. You see him walking around kind of like talking to the dealers and things like that, and kind of canoodling with the customers that you think must be frequent flyers or spend a lot of money here. You also do notice an individual with golden hair, very similar to Sunny's, a gnome looking kind of depressed at one of the tables. You notice the top 2 buttons of his shirt have been sort of undone. His hair is a little disheveled, almost as though he's been leaning on it or pulling on it. And he has a little bit of scruff on his face and bags underneath his eyes.
That's the one I want to go talk to.
Go ahead and roll a performance to see if you can kind of fast walk your way past the doorman.
That's a 13.
Yeah, you're just about to make your way past when he puts out a hand very gently and says, are we looking to sign up for membership today?
We'd be delighted to.
Very well, then. And he kind of looks you up and down, almost like he's trying to make sure you're not a cop. Are you new to town?
I am.
Tourist?
More someone who has a bit of coin. He'd rather translate into more coin or just get it out of his hands.
Only rules about the establishment are no cheating, no touching the girls, no talking about this place.
I have no idea what this place even is. I'm just here to have a good time and then forget about it tomorrow.
That's what I like to hear. 20 silver buy-in at the door.
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. Sure, gladly. No discount for a newcomer. The shame. Okay. And I will give him 20 silver.
He looks pleased and says, welcome. Enjoy your time. And he like goes to shake your hand. And as he does, you notice he presses a card into your hand.
Happy to be here. A pleasure. And I'll take a look at the card like loosely as I walk in.
Mm-hmm. It says Flush Florendale on it and has like the side profile of a gnome that you don't recognize. The card is in like it seems to be like normal paper, but has like a gold leaf on it.
Oh God, So much is happening in this place. Plays it cool, and then makes his way towards the depressed-looking gnome.
Mm-hmm. As you approach him, you hear him kind of lamenting as he sits there. Yeah, let's get some music going. Yeah, you see you see him kind of like sitting there as he loses another round of dragon dice. You see him kind of like go, damn my luck, damn it to hell.
It seems like you're not doing too well.
No, I'm not. Do you want in? And he motions to like an empty chair next to him.
I'd be glad to.
Yeah, sit down. Hopefully you're better than I am. He takes like a hand-rolled cigarette and like kind of just puts it to his lips gently, pulls a bottle out of his pocket and like refills his glass and offers it to you. It's like a flask.
Take a drink.
Yeah, you recognize this to be like a very fortified wine. It's very similar to, I think it's called glog, for those of you that are familiar with it, which is like mulled wine with aquavit. So it's like this very fortified wine that he hands you.
Oh, this is delightful.
Oh, yeah, it's a family recipe. Oh, I
How
spent
can you
some
be drinking this
time
and
abroad.
looking so down?
Oh, how's it? Hi, I'm. Wait, who are you? Do I know you?
Probably not, but if things go well, maybe we'll be
you're
friends.
a right good-looking fella, aren't you? Look at you with your blush in your hair. I don't suppose you ever look down.
Well, that's because it's made me make mistakes. Sometimes when you look up to other people, it makes you more aware and attentive.
Oh.
I've been spoiled.
Fair enough. Well,
You can call me Cohen. What's your name?
Cohen. Oh, it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
I don't really like my name.
Well, what would you like me to call you then? You decide.
Oh, well, a lot of people, they come up with mean nicknames for me. I've never gotten to come up with one myself. I'm Butternut, but just call me something cool. Just think of something.
About Talon.
Talon. I like that a lot more than Butternut. Tell you what.
Hey,
I've called everything
Talon
from
can be
butts
small,
to
but
nuts.
Talon can kill you.
I like Talon. I like Talon a lot. Oh, yeah, but nuts. Let me tell you, school was not pleasant for me. It was horrible. Everything's been horrible for me.
You know what?
I'm still better off than my brother, though. My parents, I gotta tell you, I think they were on something and they named him Dogwood. Fucking Dogwood. Can you imagine? Oh, downright
That's a
horrible.
shame.
Sonny lucked out. I tell you what, Sonny definitely lucked out.
No, it's the son of your third brother.
Oh no, that's my sister.
Oh.
Yeah, so many of us. Sunny, Dogwood, Lotus, Butternut, that's me. Lavender, Sequoia, Buckthorn, Clan Florendale. Oh, so hoity-toity, so important, so powerful, so cool, right? I'm sure you probably heard. Who cares?
I mean, I've heard a few things about Clan Florendale, but not much. All
Probably
the stuff I
nothing
heard,
good.
it seemed exaggerated. There's no... someone was saying there's a struggle happening. Seemed ridiculous.
Make a deception check at
Let
this.
me-
Yeah.
Oh, 23. Let's go, baby.
23. Yeah. He rolls with disadvantage because he's drunk, which is good for you because the first one was really high. He goes, oh, people are always struggling. There's always some type of fight going on with families like these. I try to stay out of it. I left for school. I just got back, See, my dad, he's sick. I had to get out of the house because my siblings, they just keep making fun of my accent, But I spent some time, abroad, so that's why I picked it up.
Yeah.
I picked it
Well,
up at school because all the people I was hanging out with. But then, my sister, she keeps following me around saying, like, oh, your mates, you picked it up from your mates. And she keeps saying mates and laughing. But it's, I love my family, but, I love them more when I'm not around them.
I,
Uh,
I'm sorry for your father's sickness, by the way.
I'm sorry too. It's half the reason I came back. I wanted to be a healer, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to go to some small town where people actually needed me and help them, and instead I'm in this fucking shithole.
Huh. I cheers to that. I wanted to be, well, don't laugh. I wanted to be a mercenary or a hero, something of the sort.
People want to be mercenaries. I thought they did that when they were broke. It's like saying somebody wants to be a prostitute, mate.
I mean, well, I am a little broke. It's part of why I came here, hoping to make some extra money.
Is that why you're hitting me up?
No, I don't need your money. You just look like you needed a friend.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to ask me for a job.
Why would I do that? I don't know you.
Oh, that's good then. That's good, honestly. Some people, it's been hard to make friends in the city, and they just see the F behind your name and then they F off, if you catch my drift.
Well, Talon, your F doesn't mean anything to me. Unless it means friendship in the future, maybe.
He tops off your glass.
Cheers.
Cheers. You in for a round?
Yeah, let's do it. What's the buy-in?
The buy-in is 3 silver.
Okay. Deal.
And the game is to roll 3 d6s and get the closest to 15 you can without going over. There are a couple rules inside that as well, as far as making combos with the numbers. If you get a pair, then that beats not getting a pair. If you get 3 of a kind, if you get 3 5s, it's an instant. It's like a triple you're winning type of deal.
Yeah. Do I roll all 3 at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 5, 4, and 2 for an 11.
5, 4, and 2 for an 11. He rolls 3, 5. That's 8, and 5 for an 18. So he goes.
Oh.
Or wait, no, that's not 18. What am I talking about? That's a 13.
Yeah, so he wins.
Yeah, so he wins, and he gets a pair.
Ooh.
So you see him like kind of get his 6 silver. Be like, okay, another round.
Another round. Oh, damn it, Jasmine.
This time he rolls a 1,
Gave me gamble.
a 6, that's 7, and a 4, it's 11.
6, 4, 4. 14 and a pair. Let's go.
You get 6 silver this time.
1 for 1 there, friend.
You want to go? You want to do more?
Yeah. Let's make this next round interesting.
All right. You want to raise the stakes?
Yeah.
How much
do
you
have
trying to put
offer?
up?
I can introduce you to a god.
Oh, now that's interesting. A god.
Aye. What do you offer?
Well, I don't know any gods. I don't know if I can offer anything equivalent to that.
Something interesting. I'm sure you've got something.
You see him reach into his pocket and pull out a stopwatch. It is beautiful. It has like this lattice work on the top of it and a big emerald set in it. He pops it open and you see that on the inside is sort of inscribed a phoenix and a beautiful watch face. And he says, I won this from a man across the ocean. He said it was magical. I couldn't get it to work. Fine, I'll trade you this.
You've got a deal.
All right.
Fear. Okay. 6. I had to do math
Uh-huh.
because I thought I went over 6, 4, 5.
That's 15.
I had that's why I was
Yeah.
really slow on
Yeah.
math.
He got a 3, a 6, and a 3. So you're closer, so you win. Yeah.
That was very stressful.
He like frowns a little bit, but shoves the pocket watch over. All right. There you go. Take it.
Are you sure?
I hope it's cursed. Yeah, I'm sure.
I hate Jasmine. Why do I love Sonny's whole family? He's so good, butternut.
He got bullied so much for his name.
Hey, Talon.
Yeah.
You want to know a secret?
Oh, it's a secret.
I also use a different name.
Yeah, Cohen sounds really cool.
It really does.
It's like one letter from Coven. Sounds like some witch shit, you know?
That's right, magic.
Yeah.
Spooky shit.
I like spooky shit.
Mm.
Say, what do you know about necromancy?
A decent bit, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, healing is only one step from necromancy.
You know, I
But
guess
people
that's
try
true.
to deny it, though. They try to act
Really?
like one thing is unnatural and the other isn't. Isn't that kind of weird?
That's because people are naive, Talon. Do you know magic?
Oh, yeah, that's what I went to school for.
Oh.
Now I'm here trying to take care of my dad. He's not... Him and I aren't on the best terms, you know?
You want to help him?
I do. I used to stop all this bickering in the town, you know?
Do you want help?
Why would you help me?
Do you want an honest answer?
I mean, I would prefer if you didn't lie to my face. That'd be a pretty comp move, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's why I asked. So, I'd rather we talk outside.
You're not going to try to kill me, are you? I'm
No.
not much of a fighter. I prefer if you didn't. If you just want my wallet, you can just take it.
If I was going to kill you, I wouldn't have introduced myself in front of all these people who saw me with you.
Oh, that's true. All right, yeah, let's go. And you see
here comes the
Talon
dumb shit.
get up and walk out with you. He
He
grabs a very wrinkled kind of velvet jacket from the back of his chair and throws it over his arm. And you notice his pants lace up on the sides and they're like half undone on the bottom too. And he has these beautiful patent leather ankle boots, like something you would get from Nordstrom's, that are kind of scuffed up underneath them. His shirt is silk and is, like I said, half unbuttoned, and his tie is kind of hanging on each side. And he follows you out. He has a shock of like very bright blonde hair that is in a trendy cut, almost like that Peaky Blinders undercut style, but is very disheveled and pushed to the front.
That's awesome.
He follows you out with like very poor posture, kind of like shuffling his feet as he does. Oh, it's nice out here. It's cold, but that's good, you know? It's stuffy in there.
It really is. It is preferable.
It's like that good kind of cold that sobers you up.
Yes. So, Talon, I'm going to show you something, and it's going to surprise you. But, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have many friends in this city, right?
Not many, no. Prefer to spend my time outside of the city, really.
Most people in this city probably lie to you too, right?
I mean, they tell me what they think they need to, so they don't get in trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you not what I want to tell you, but what I think I should. I don't like lying.
Well, that's respectable.
And then I snap my finger and drop disguise self when we're like away from people and we're in a corner.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you're a magic bloke too, then?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
My
wow.
real name is Valym.
That's interesting. Hi, Valym.
And, I'm an acquaintance of your sister's.
Which one?
Sunny.
Oh,
Excuse me, Sunflower.
is that what she's going by these days?
Yeah, she's not a fan of her name either. Have you seen her turtle?
Oh, yeah. You know, that was mine before I took off to college.
She's very friendly, though, when you speak to her.
Oh, yeah. I've had conversations with her too. It's kind of like a family turtle, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's been around for a minute, honestly. It's like a family pet. We all love her.
Do you know why they call her Solus Sunny the Silver Dragon?
Yeah. No. On account of when we were small, you know, like kids, she found out her boyfriend was getting friendly with another girl, and well, she went full silver dragon on him.
Yeah, I'm sure she destroyed him. I mean, it sounds like he deserved it.
Yeah, she broke both his kneecaps.
Oh God!
So that he couldn't go to the dance with his new girl. But that temper followed her through life, you know, and she felt like she had to live up to it.
Yeah.
So sometimes she kept escalating. Well, so then my dad thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll bring her into the business with me. So he did. Let me tell you, the intimidation factor with that one was real. So, unlike me, Sunny's a little bit more involved in the family business, but then she ran away.
Yeah, well, she's back.
Oh, I know she's back. She's appraising her newest acquisition.
What does that mean?
She's just like... How much do you know about her?
Not as much. She started telling me about everything a little over a week ago. About a week ago. And seemed shocked when I wasn't bothered by it. But she was very worried and was a lot more worried than I wanted to give on. So, to be honest, I came here to see what I could do about it.
Well, I think that Pops brought her back because he wanted her to do some work for him, you know. I think out of all of us, he wanted her to kind of take over. But, you know, she's always had a fondness for fixing things.
Yeah.
And so she acquired an old sort of, what is it called, like an auditorium or... I don't know, they used to do community plays there, but it kind of fell into disrepair after the owner fell into debt. It's been kind of just rotten on the edge of town for a while now, and she's taken it upon herself to renovate the place, you know.
Yeah.
I told her it's not smart to, you know, go out there right now because there's people that don't like her. There's people that don't like me, but I'm smart enough to stay in our territory.
Yeah.
You know, I worry, but like I said, I'm not much of a fighter. I hope she's okay out there. She, you know, father told her, you know, stay at home, but she doesn't listen. So I think she went out there to go look at this building over and make plans for turning it back into a theater or something. I don't know. I guess she's going to act now, or maybe it's Lotus that wants to be an actress. I don't know. It's probably dumb. I know Dogwood likes playing music. Bless his gay heart. But I don't know if they're going to do some kind of family theater or whether she just wants to fix it up and feel like she saved the city with her shitty fucking gentrification.
She can't even save herself.
She can't. She's a kid.
Yeah.
She always gets mad at me like, you're older, why don't you take responsibility? Because I'm smart. That's why. I got the hell out. Because I've got a fucking head on my shoulders, you know?
Yeah. So what can we do to fix this? Because if something goes wrong, she's going to get herself hurt. And I don't mean because she's not capable. I mean because even a dragon can fall.
That's true. I don't think she's happy in the business anyway, even if she's good at it. Like, you could be good at a lot of things. I'm good at shoveling shit. Doesn't mean I want to be a stable hand for a living, you know? Doesn't mean anything. Such a weird standard to live your life by, that if you're good at something, you should do it. So, maybe she's good at...
If he has all the kids, why isn't it just split up amongst all of you? Give each of you a stake in what happens. One,
well, you know,
2,
I suppose if you...
3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of you as well.
Could.
So it would never be a tie.
Oh, yeah. You know, I suppose you could. You'd have to get Sequoia on board. Oh, and Sequoia's just a fucking wanker half the time. He could be a real tree hugger, you know. No offense, but he's just one of those that's like, oh, we've built our enterprise on blood. You know, I don't want any part of it. I bet if you got Sequoia on board, if you got Lavender on board, you know, poor Dogwood's as dumb as a stack of bricks, but he's got his values as well. It'd probably be better than putting it all on poor Sunny's shoulders. And probably avoid her from having a big fucking mark on her head too. Half of what's killing my dad is probably the stress, you know.
Do you think your dad would meet with us? If you had a council.
Oh, meet with us. You know, I bet he would. I think he's on site with her right now. You know, he's just such a daddy's girl, she is.
She might not be excited to see me.
I heard you two have a row.
She told me to stay away because she's worried that I'd get myself hurt. But I'm just as stubborn as she is sometimes.
It's also an overly simple solution to a very complicated problem, you know? Like, just stay away.
Agree.
But sometimes she feels the most simple solutions are the most elegant ones. She's funny like that.
Jasmine, I can't remember. Did I give Sunny a piece of my chess set, or did I give her my chess set and keep a piece? Do you remember?
I think you gave her the queen.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Okay, yep. Beautiful. So, Talon, a question. Do you think we'll have a better chance if Sunny doesn't recognize me?
No, I think you'll have a better chance if she does. Seems she's rather fond of you.
He looks to the side when Talon says that, ever so briefly.
For her to tell you as much as she did, you know, probably meant, you know, she trusted you and all that.
Yeah. I'm worried about her.
I'm worried about it too. Well, I could take you to the theater if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. If nothing else, I don't want to see siblings have to fight each other.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna fight anybody. I just
That's
sit
what
there
I'm worried about.
and let them yell at me, you know.
That's what I'm worried about, Talon.
What you mean?
Are you well, if you're not gonna fight back, then someone might fight dirty.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie. I am the most sensible of the lot.
That I believe. This is a very different conversation than when I first met your sister. You know, she threw a bottle of wine at me because I missed a get-together we had planned to rescue a child.
Yeah, she's got some trust issues because some of the boys in town have been just downright awful to her, you know.
No, that explains a lot.
It became like a bet, like, oh, I would dare you to ask Sonny out, and then they'd ask and she'd say yes, and then they wouldn't show up, you know, because after she broke that one bloke's kneecaps, it just became like a game, you know, and unfortunately that made her be kind of like the way she is.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do about this. There's got to be something. There's got to be some solution to this.
Oh yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out who could do my father's job for him, you know, because what really is I don't think that these families are going to stop fighting.
No.
And I think that everything's just gotten worse since our family's perceived weakness. So there's been a lot of attacks on our territories and things like that.
Plus, if with each of you, there's always something that each of you could do. If you're the sensible one, you're probably the one who could handle business if need be. If Sequoia is kind of a wanker tree hugger, then they know a little bit more about nature and whatever you might need to do to maintain that in the city. And if Dogwood just likes music, well, that's something for entertainment. There's something for all of you. Especially if you know magic.
I do. Just not sure it's the type of magic, you know, that would be useful in running a criminal empire.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Do you think that the 7 of you could do it better than your dad?
I think the 7 of us put together are not as tough as my dad.
It's not about being as tough. It's about getting it done.
Personally, I just wish the old bloke would live forever. And that way, the rest of us could just do what we wanted, eh?
I mean, that can be arranged. But then he'd always be telling you what to do. But we also might be able to help him stay around a bit longer.
I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah, if he signs off on it, that's easier. And then anyone who wants to stay, wants to be involved, can.
Yeah.
And then Valym puts his hand out for a handshake.
He puts his hand out too and shakes yours.
Nice to meet you, Talon.
Nice to meet you too, Valym. You're not half bad.
You're not so bad yourself. Sure you're gonna let me keep this? And I show the pocket watch.
Oh yeah, of course. I really don't know what it does.
Oh, well, if you want, maybe I'll still introduce you to the god sometime. And there's a slight like showing of the tattoo just for a split second as the basilisk moves on his shoulder.
Ooh. Yeah, he's kind of drunk, but you do notice he picks up on it. And he says, might take you up on that. It might be a fun story for some time.
Oh, she loves to brag.
The stopwatch is Sarcadian make.
Arcadian?
Sarcadian.
Arcadian make.
Might help you in your studies. Didn't help me in mine. It was one of those things I was like, oh, one day I'm going to figure out how this works, and then just kind of let it sit for a while, you know?
Yeah. Are you the kind of person who is very good at what they do but doesn't want to have to put in the effort because you're tired?
Yeah. You know, my mom, before she passed, used to say that depression was a burden of the people too intelligent for their own good.
Wow, that was deep.
Yeah. And somehow, you know, something about that just resonated with me. So when people tell me to get my shit together, that's kind of just what I tell them.
That makes sense. Well, you know what? Let's go see if we can. Let's go see if we can convince your dad.
All right, yeah. Is this your horse tied up here?
Yes, it is. This is Tootsie.
It's a fine animal. This is an Arabian.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
wow.
fast as hell. Even lightning can't keep up.
It's a beautiful coloration, too.
He kind of like strokes her mane a little bit.
All right, then. We'll go via way of Tootsie, then, and hope that no one notices me.
Do you want to ride up front? I believe is laughing.
Because I'm so small. Is that a joke?
Yes.
Yes. I will ride in the front, and I will need a help up as well.
Okay.
But you're not going to lift me like a toddler. Just give me a boost with your hands.
Okay. Okay. Like this.
Yeah. Don't grab underneath the armpits. That makes me feel like I'm 8.
I'm so what? Hey, you could be 80. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You look good.
Oh, thank you.
I do pick him up under the armpits and just put him on.
He's like a little sullen about it, but allows it.
I'm gonna hop onto Tootsie. All right, girl. Let's go.
Such good horse riding sounds. He calls out directions to you as you make your way through the stacks. You go via a path or a street that kind of goes around the circumference of the city. You can see the glistening water on your right-hand side and the bridge that you crossed coming here behind you. And as the moonlight kind of plays across the water, the rough water, you see it, a vague glint ahead of you, which you take to be something that used to be vaguely gold, but let's just get a vision. Let's just get a visual on it. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm not gonna lie. I've played too many games that when you say I see a vague glint, I'm like, is that a sniper rifle?
A vague glint of a sniper.
Like there's a barrel. Ooh.
Yeah. This is what you see. There's Tootsie. You see this. Let's look at it a little bit more. Wait. Let's move you guys for a second. Well, there we are. You see like a multi-columned structure that is 2 stories. So there is a story above this one and has like tarnished gold and rings around the different pillars jutting up from the sky. It is half collapsed and broken and is overgrown with ivy and moss, and it looks like at one point it was flooded as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, you can see where the sediment has kind of collected in the recesses of this place, and the road going up to it is broken when you approach. Let's focus back now on our adventures. I'm Valym.
This is beautiful in a way. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's not a bad property to acquire.
Talon, what do you want out of life? Do you want to explore, to be the greatest mage ever lived, to drink yourself into a pit and then laugh at the end of the day?
You know, Valym, I think if I knew what I wanted, I wouldn't be so full of self-loathing all the time.
No, for what it's worth, I like the person you are.
Well, thank you. Maybe I'll be the best man at your wedding.
Fuck off.
You hear him chuckle.
Asshole.
Spiking of, there's the boy.
Oh, shit. She in the tower. Well, hell. She looks scary as hell up there. Hold up. We were just talking about Dark Souls. Second floor.
With the hero silhouetted at the bottom here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool
This
image.
is
I'm
sick
not
as
gonna
hell.
lie.
And then just like slowly making our way up.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with myself because this looks so much better on camera than in person.
Oh yeah, no, this looks dope. Did you have to did the things came painted, the structures came painted, right?
No, they were 3D printed, and so I primed them, painted them, and then put
Killed
them.
that.
Yeah.
You absolutely killed that. Like the tones on it, the aging, the shadows with this lighting, you killed this.
Thank you.
Everyone in chat, can you talk about how damn good she made this look? Because look at that, like the aging going along the sides, like the little bits of grays with the darker tones of black. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Gabe. Bertrand helped me with some of the moss, so I had a little bit of help on that.
The moss is such a nice touch too.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought they came like that if you had not told me. That's why I asked.
Oh, thank
Weathering,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
God. Let's go.
But he says, speaking of, there's the bride. And you see Sunflower on the top floor of the broken amphitheater. You see her kind of talking to two different people. And you see her like almost giving instructions. Her voice is piercing enough that it would drift down to you and you would hear it.
Yeah.
You hear her say, well, these archways will have to be redone, and we have to make sure this part here is sound. Also, this entire wooden walkway, and she points to the stairs right here, is completely rotted through. It's dangerous even. So we got to make sure that all of those are replaced before someone breaks their neck. In fact, move that to the top of the list. And you see her kind of like giving instructions to like two individuals who are taking down notes. Mm-hmm. And as she's saying this, you see an arrow go flying through the air and land right next to her, embedding in the stone wall behind. You see her dive down to the floor, and the two people with her, one of them shouts, "Get down, madam!" and jumps in front of her, while the other one starts like trying to look out past the to the left of where you are.
Yeah, I want to look in the direction it came from.
Roll perception.
All right. Valym, this is like one of the one things you're good at. Do not mess this up. Oh my God. 14.
You see an archer crouched in the grass.
Hell yeah. How far are they?
They're about 40 feet off the road.
Oh, sick. Short bow.
Whoops, knocked him over.
If I may. Actually.
I'm just having fun at this point.
I know. I love it.
Excuse my ratty nails, Chad. I haven't had a chance to get a manicure this week.
Oh my God, girl, you hush yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna fire my short bow if I can.
Yeah. Let me straighten out their arrow. It looks like they have arrow dysfunction. Like floppy arrow.
Look, that happens sometimes, okay?
Look at it. Look at the tip. It's like this like sad little arrow.
Oh, that's actually, you said 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How far? I think my sword is 30 feet. I don't remember. Yeah. I'll shoot my short sword, and then bolt Tootsie in that direction. Short bow. That's a 15 to hit.
That misses.
Ooh, good. Now they know I'm here. Yeah, and I am charging that direction on Tootsie's back.
Perfect. So we'll let you go ahead and make a move, and then go ahead and roll for initiative.
Let's go. Oh, let's go. 22.
22. Very nice.
Taylor Swift. Don't look at me.
I was going to say, what?
Ignore me.
What? Sorry, chat. Give me a second here.
No, that's fine. I'm just going to be mad if they go before me.
No, you're definitely going first.
Hell yeah.
With a 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find my notes on Sunflower's character sheet.
Oh, fair. Where did I put my notes? Do you even boomerang, bro?
Okay. So you got a 22.
Yep.
Perfect. And then let me roll for Sunflower. Who got a 3?
That poor girl.
She wasn't expecting this today. Of all the things to happen. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, chat. I also forgot to level her up, and she should be leveling up too.
Ooh, baby getting stronger. What's good, baby?
Yeah. She's level 5 as well. Now 2. Cool. So you do get to go first. You hop up on Tootsie's back and move forward. We're going to move Tootsie just because she's very big. We're going to move her back here. Do you move all the way up into melee range?
Yes.
Okay.
So Valym is like riding up on Tootsie, and then he's actually going to like leap off her back, and then try to come down.
Perfect.
And I'm going to bonus action use a second level spell slot to do like that variant of Flame Blade and just ignite my short sword instead.
Perfect, yeah.
And then attack of 18.
An 18 hits?
For, 20 points of damage. Sliding down a flaming sword across this person's chest.
20 points of damage. Let me see. Yeah, the sword comes slicing down across her chest, like cutting through the leather armor and burning her. She is going to put away the bow and draw the short sword as well.
Sick.
She's going to make 2 attacks.
Hell yeah.
The first being a 22, the second being a 14.
22 hit, 14 miss.
Okay. Wait, what happened to the D6? I was just gambling with that D6. I know I had it. The way I lose dice at this desk is insane. You would not believe. I just had it. Now I'm like, where did it go? The suspense.
It's killing me.
Found it.
Proud of you.
And if you're wondering if things like this happened on Battle for Beyond, yes, they did. I'm always this much of a dumpster fire. All right,
Good.
so 5 piercing damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Perfect. Nothing happens. As you are embroiled in a combat with one individual, you hear a as another individual sweeps the leg of one of Sunny's sort of security guards and knocks them through this alcove, dropping them on the floor. That is going to be their action. You see another figure pop up here and begin climbing the stairs. They're only going to get about halfway up, though. Will he stay there? We're just going to say he's halfway up.
Yeah.
Because he's not staying. Stay! You're ruining the pageantry of it. And then it is Sunny's turn. What is Sunny going to do? I think she's going to attack the person nearest her. But seeing that one of her guards has been knocked down like several floors and seems to be really injured, she's also going to rage.
Let's go, Sunny girl.
And then she's going to make 2 attacks.
Sick.
You hear a sickening crack as she roundhouse kicks this individual square in the jaw. It is then your turn, top of initiative.
I kind of just look to the person and give them the option. I say yield or become ash. And then I'm going to make another swing.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. That's a 20 total.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So he kind of like cling, goes underneath, and then like another slash across the chest, but in the opposite direction for, oh my God, no fucking way. 20 more damage exactly.
Yeah. The blade comes down again, striking across this woman's sort of leather armor again, kind of searing it away, exposing like the linen underneath. As it does, you notice like her half elf brow is like sort of knitted in anger, but she doesn't look like she's going to yield.
Yep.
She's going to follow up with 2 more short sword attacks.
She's a half elf?
Mm-hmm.
I say greet my ancestors for us.
Oh, roll intimidation.
Yeah, half elf squad. 6.
And yeah, upon hearing this, She says, "Why would I when you'll meet them first?" And she tries
Oh.
to stab you.
Yeah.
With a 12 and a 24.
She gets me on the 24. Yeah.
6 piercing damage. I'll need another Constitution save.
Sick. 17.
Nothing happens again.
God.
Your swords clang against each other in the moonlight and with this beautiful Colosseum-esque backdrop behind you. It's not a Colosseum, the chat. It's an amphitheater. But for these purposes, we're going to say it's a Colosseum. And above on the balcony, you see Sunny kind of almost push the girl that was taking notes like behind her as her bodyguard has like fallen down. And then it is this individual's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun. He's going to swing the blunt side of his sword at her, hitting. He doesn't knock her out, but you hear a sickening crack as it connects with the side of her head.
Shouldn't have done that.
The other individual finishes going up the stairs, flanking her. And this person is going to attempt to use a magic spell on her. So she's going to make a saving throw that she does not make. So you see them cast words. Let's see. Trying to see what the... Yeah, so you see the person kind of like form a couple of symbols with their hands, kind of putting their hands together almost in a triangle and chant some words. And then you see Sunny's like kind of mouth go a little slack, and then she stops. It is your turn again. Top of initiative.
Okay. How far away are they?
They are 60 feet up.
Okay.
So from you, they're 60 feet up and about 60 feet out. So a total of about 120 feet.
Sick. Awesome. So you said they're 120 feet from me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beautiful.
So it's 60 feet horizontally and then 60 feet vertically.
Got it. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to take another strike at Selah. I hate myself. V. I don't know why I called it that. That's a 26.
That hits.
For 14 damage.
Yeah, as your sword connects again, slicing this person's like sort of like the armor on their arms and wrists into ribbons, you see them falter a little bit, but kind of somewhat hold their ground. You do notice a bit of fear in their eyes. They do seem to be bloodied, to use the 4th edition term.
And I say, I'm going to walk away. And if you strike me, I will summon a spirit to reduce you to ash. And Valym turns and starts heading in the direction of Sunflower. Without disengaging. Mm-hmm. So they would get an attack of opportunity if they want to take it.
Yeah, I'm going to make a wisdom saving throw to see if this person is smart enough to make this smart choice here.
That makes sense.
Yo, I rolled an 8 with my modifier. That's a 9. She is gonna try to hit you.
Hell yeah.
That's a 19.
That hits. Guess I gotta kill her.
So that's 6 piercing damage, and then make another Constitution save.
16.
Once again, nothing happens. You feel like an acidic sting, almost as though she's dipped her blade in something, but your body, your constitution is strong from living in the wilds as long as you have. And you've had your fair share of poison mushrooms, especially in Sahiba Swamp. Somebody that drinks that pond leaf extract for fun. What good is a poisoned blade going to do?
And then when I'm walking away, after she strikes me, Valym looks at her, and then there's like probably a concerning smile, and the blade flame just is going to turn blue. I'm gonna get ready to call my boy next.
Where do you walk?
Towards like the steps, actually.
What's your movement speed? 30?
Yep, 30.
Perfect. So maybe about halfway.
Beautiful.
It was now this person's turn. You see them ready their arrow, and actually, yeah, they're going to shoot it at you since Sunflower is temporarily incapacitated.
Yep.
You notice their hands are trembling, so they're going to roll with disadvantage. With disadvantage, they roll a 15.
That misses. Can I cut the arrow in half?
Yes, definitely.
A little smoke went in my mouth.
Up top, you see... Let me make sure that... Okay. Up top, you see this individual... Whoa, whoops. Fall and die. Grab Sunflower, and you see them begin to affix like a grappling hook to this window. But they only just start making their way down since they have to like grab Sunflower as they're doing so. This person kind of takes guard and prepares for you, readies an action for you at the head of the stairs. You see them just like holding guard to cover the retreat. It is your turn.
Okay, and the stairs. So how high up are they?
It's 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
You do know from what Sunflower said that they are a bit treacherous. Some of the stairs are rotted through.
Okay. So if I can summon Pilar within 30 feet of me.
So you could definitely summon it on this character here.
Well, if I summon him 30 feet up, and then he can fly 30 feet, would he be able to be next to Sunflower?
Yes.
Okay. So I summon Pilar. So basically the sword goes up, and then the pillar of fire swirls up, and Pilar appears above, and then he's going to fly to be next to Sunflower.
Okay, so over here.
Yes.
Sorry, Tootsie. Perfect.
And Valym shouts out, "Sunflower, if you can hear me, I need you to be willing to go." And as a bonus action, I am going to use the Wildfire Spirit's ability. The spirit and each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it teleport 15 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Perfect. I want them to teleport basically above me, so she'll fall down to me.
All right. So let's make a wisdom saving throw to see if she can break free of the spell she's under to kind of like obey. Ooh, this time she does. So as you say that, she teleports and appears. Where does she appear again?
Basically above me.
Yeah. She's gonna take a little bit of fall damage.
Yeah, I'll catch her, but if I can take the fall damage instead of her to catch her, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that. You. This is kind of romantic but comedic. As she appears in the air above you, you run underneath her with your arms out to catch her. Taking 7 bludgeoning damage as she lands very clumsily on you. Landing kind of like with one of her boots down and like her arms kind of flailing in the air. She lands on top of you, but you notice she's now like in possession of her faculties again.
Good. Good, good, good. And I'm kind of just gonna whistle because I assume Talon is still with Tootsie because they just did
Yeah.
Talon get off? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
Talon has kind of been hiding this entire time.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah, he is not much of a fighter. As soon as the first arrow flew, and you kind of rode Tootsie up here and jumped off, he stayed on the horse.
Yeah.
As you whistle, yeah, Tootsie can totally move up here on your turn. That's perfect.
Cool.
This person here is going to take a shot at you. You do have half cover from Tootsie, though. It's going to be at disadvantage. Missing. And then it's going to be this character's turn here. He's going to slide on the rope down here. This guy just wants to die. This dude doesn't want to live. He doesn't want to live anymore.
Well,
He's going to slide down here and then, yeah, use his movement to get up to you. And he's going to take a swing at you.
Yep.
For a 20.
Yep.
You take 11 slashing damage as his sword comes down across your chest, or I guess like across your side, cutting into your arm, as you're kind of left exposed from like grabbing Sunflower out of midair. You see him basically trying to like cut her out of your arms. From up top, this person is going to... You see their hands come together and you see them take like a little a small creature, almost like a tadpole out of a vial, and like crush it between their hands as they're casting. She's gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 18.
You feel your shape start to change, but you are able to retain your corporeal form and not turn into a tadpole.
Oh my god.
It is then Sunflower's turn. Sunflower understands the assignment. She uses her position from your arms to kind of leap up, putting one foot on your shoulder over onto Tootsie's back.
Beautiful.
As she does, you hear her say, "Hi, Butters." And you hear Butternut just groan. It is your turn.
I look over and say, Tootsie, let's run. And I'm going to wild shape into a wolf. And then bonus action, actually, before that, I'm going to level 2 healing word so I can get some healing back because I was at 3 health. yeah, it's just epic. So bonus action healing word. And then I am going to wild shape into a wolf and start sprinting away.
Perfect.
With Tootsie in tow.
He's going to get an op attack on you.
Yep. Easy.
I don't think a 13 hits.
It might. 13 is a wolf AC. Oh, no, it's not. Because I have a +1 because of the chalk.
Yeah.
Thanks, weird wolf people.
Yeah. As the sword comes down, you almost brace yourself in anticipation of it making, sort of like meeting with your hindquarters. But then the chalk runes on your body simultaneously thrum. And the kinetic force of this drives the blade away from your hindquarters, where it instead lands clattering loudly against the stones. You tear off in your wolf form into the night with Tootsie in hot pursuit behind you, and then very quickly in front of you, because she does have to flex, with the 2 gnomes on her back.
Damn it.
You hear
As we're
arrows
running
fly over
away,
your head, shoo, 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 as you make your way tearing through the moonlit night back into the safety of sort of like the inner part of the city where you can get lost in the myriad of dizzying streets and the maze that is the stacks.
and we're finally away. He'll like it looks like slows into a run until there's like the shift. It's kind of like the werewolf shift of like going back to being a person, running on two legs, and finally slowing down. Well, that was a lot.
Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome.
And you
Sonny.
see like Butternut is tending to Sunny's wounds.
What was that all about exactly?
Oh, who knows? People have been trying to kill me basically ever since I got back to the city.
Have you been back for like a week?
Yeah. I'm just happy my dad called it early and went home. I think Roger might be dead. He fell off the second floor of that building. Oh.
Good God.
Well, we have to get back and tell my dad about this so he can send some men to secure the site.
Yes.
I'm just happy it was me and not one of my other siblings. Imagine if it had been Butternut. You would have really gotten hurt out there, Butters. Every time she says Butters, you notice like Butternut kind of flinch a little.
Sunflower, he actually goes by Talon.
Talon?
Yes.
Since when?
Today.
Yeah, it's fairly new, but I like it, so it's sticking, yeah? And I'm older, so you kind of got to listen, yeah? That was some right crazy shit. I'm sorry I didn't interfere. I just didn't see, what bits I could do there. And you see him like tap his cigarette, and as the cigarette lands on, or as the ashes kind of land on Sunflower's like gash, it like magically knits closed.
What? What the hell?
Yeah. So it's just one of those things, I just didn't feel like I didn't want to be underfoot, as it were. I thought it might be better if I just got out of the way and secured our exit stratagem. And he like kind of pats Tootsie as he says that.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You see her snort a little bit, but like continue trotting along.
Yeah. We actually, we're hoping to see your father. And we're looking for you as well.
I'm surprised to see you here.
I figured you would be, yeah. I'm a little surprised myself.
I didn't know you were friends with my brother.
Recent occurrence. We met over a game of dice.
Oh, that makes sense. But Talon has a problem. And she like pokes his shoulder. It's only a problem if it's got downsides, and as I see it, Pops is richer than God, so he can't afford to miss a few coins out.
I mean, he seemed like he stopped pretty easily when we headed out, so I didn't see it as a problem. Not to enable it.
Right. Well,
Look, it seems like playing games runs in the family. You, I remember, really loved to play chess late into the night.
I do. I still have it. And you see her pull out like the little chess piece.
We'll have to play again later.
Yeah. I love playing chess. I missed you, Valym.
I missed you too. I was worried about you. Not because I didn't think you could handle it, but because I thought you'd try to handle it all on your own.
I just didn't want you to worry.
It made me worry more.
Last thing I wanted for you to see all of that.
Well, In the time you've been gone, I've met a god, become an envoy of them. Uh, a lot has changed. So I liked the consistency with you. God, I hate this. Can, can we talk about this not in front of your brother?
Oh, yeah, I suppose that would be a bit awkward. Yeah, of course, of course. And you hear Talon say, "Oh, honestly, if y'all are more than friends, right? Yeah, I definitely don't want to hear it because that's my baby sister, right? And that makes me feel a certain type of way, and I like you. So let's just not get into any type of funny business there."
You called her the bride earlier.
Yeah, but that was very wholesome, right? Now y'all are talking about chess, making
What?
eyes at each other. It's just making me, I just don't like it. So
We haven't had sex.
okay, well, see that word right there. It's just,
But it didn't happen. I thought that would be
I would
better to
prefer if
know.
you waited until marriage. I know that's very backward of me, but it's my baby sis there, so
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
just
To be clear, I'm not here to get a blessing from your father. I really feel like I should make that notion now.
well, then it's not proper for y'all to be doing anything physical. I'm very
Yeah,
traditional in that sense. You see, Valym, I'm a very traditional sort of bloke myself.
yeah. Let's go talk to your dad about a united order of your siblings.
Yes, let's go talk to Pops about tradition. Maybe it's best if I just kind of walk between you. Yeah? How's that? I could be
sure.
your chaperone.
Sure.
All right. You see him kind of like nudge Sunflower, who's like, oh my god. Nutter. And he shoves himself in between and kind of takes both of your arms in his and then like props his cigarette in one arm and then his snifter of spiced mead in the other, or spiced wine, and just shambles through the night with you.
Hey, Talon, you know I'm older than you, right?
Oh, I imagine you elves are crazy. You'll look like infants and be like, I'm 64 years old.
Whatever. That's all you can say. Let's go stop my siblings from killing each other. Ooh, I'm gonna walk between you and my sister. I hate that I like him. Damn it, I'm gonna like this whole damn family.
He chats. He's he's very wholesome, but chats about really awkwardly wholesome things as you walk as well.
Yeah.
To kind of diffuse the tension.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weather's uncharacteristically cold this time of year, don't you think? It gets dark at 5 o'clock outside.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of ways to keep warm, Talon.
Right, like a good blanket for you. Yeah.
And I kind of just like look at Sunflower like for a second too long.
You do notice he clocks it.
Yes, like this, produce flame.
Right. You could use your hands for that rather than other things, keeping them where everyone can see them.
Look, I cast with my hands.
So where did you go to school then?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I
grew up in
just
the woods.
assumed you were, because you were a magic type.
Oh, no. I grew up in the woods. I met a spirit of fire that gave me a gift of magic, and then I embraced it. Although the spirit is simply the fragment of a god of fire's beard, from what I know. Yes.
And what types of interests do you have? Where do you live?
Oh, I am a nomad, so I basically just wander around. Although I have been looking into Wind Hollow. Current interests are research, animal research. I have recently been able to give a giant constrictor snake a home and safe environment in the woods to lay its eggs, and also have been getting to know plenty of bird life in the area, as well as a enormous Gila monster returning to the
Hmm.
waters that was infecting an area where it shouldn't have been.
I see, like a zoologist.
Yes, that is an excellent word for it.
Oh, that's a very noble profession.
Thank you.
You know, you might get on with Sequoia pretty well then.
Oh, good.
Yep, yep. Hey, look at that. Home sweet home. And
Fucking wanker. That's all I have written. I have notes. I literally wrote down Lotus, Dogwood, likes music, bless his gay heart, Lotus, Lavender, Sequoia, fucking wanker half the time, tree hugger, Buckthorn. I got notes. I got notes for days.
as he says home sweet home, you see a beautiful house kind of like spread out before you. There's a veranda in the middle, and there's like a sort of drive going up on both sides around a beautiful fountain. The fountain has coins in it, and there's a tall brick wall that goes around the outside. It's kind of in the same style as Bindi's house, for those of you that remember the prior episode.
Nice.
It's about 2 stories and is kind of has like a flat roof style. It's almost kind of like how do I describe it? Like Southern Californian in construction. It has like patterned tiles on the outside of it in different mosaic patterns. And then it has these, it has like a flat roof that has been set up with like a rooftop, almost patio type of situation that looks out on the city. And down below, you see all these kind of archways looking into what is a very warm and welcoming living space. There are 3 gnomes sitting in this sort of sitting room. There's a large circular carpet facing a fire. And the circular carpet, it has this like beautiful kind of turquoise pattern on it. There's these wicker chairs, these rattan style chairs kind of all around the circle. There's empty seats for you to sit at. And then you can hear bustling in the kitchen off to your right. Upstairs, you see 2 twinkling lights from additional bedrooms. And as you kind of walk in through one of the archways, as the 2 gnome siblings lead you in, you see another gnome coming down the stairs. In one of these wicker chairs, the largest one with like this very big back to it is a wizened old gnome. He has a very sort of well manicured mustache that's curled up at the edges with wax, and a small, like very well kempt sort of goatee or beard. It just kind of sits just around his chin and is also curled up. His hair is receding in the middle, and the sides have been like sort of styled upwards, forming almost this kind of like half crown of gray hair around his head. And he is wearing a satin robe with velvet pinstripe pants and house shoes when you come in.
Amazing.
Sunny comes running in and throws her arms around him as he's sitting in the chair. And she says, "Papa!" And you see Butternut has kind of like, without saying hello to anyone, slunk into one of the other chairs and just started like grabbing the nearest liquor bottle off the table and like rolling up another cigarette. She releases her father from the hug and then says, "Hey, Dad, so this is Valym. He is my boyfriend."
Gabe, this is not Valym.
The old man with his distinguished, kind of glistening gray eyes kind of looks at you appraisingly, pulls a pipe from his jacket and slowly starts lighting, and he says, "Hello, Valym.
Hello.
Nice to meet you."
You as well. I've heard you were not feeling as well as you could, and I hope that I can help with that.
Are you a healer?
I am. If I may. And I'll, like, walk up to him.
Mm-hmm. As you do, you notice, like, he throws a sort of glowering eye over to Butternut. And, sorry, I dropped my die again. Sorry, rolling a perception check for him, yeah. And he says, Butternut, what happened on the road? I know you kids are not trying to pass off like you haven't come back with ripped clothes and bloodstains. Oh, you see, while you were at the amphitheatre, you know, these sort of, I don't know, you want to call them thugs, took it upon themselves to try to kidnap your golden child here, and then Valym kind of got us out of there with the quickness, and so that's maybe something you want to look into. And you see his, like, eyes kind of, like, narrow when he hears this, and he says, "Were you not going to tell me this, Sonny?" And Sonny's like, "Oh, no, I was going to. That's actually kind of why I came back, is because I definitely think you should dispatch more people to secure the amphitheater and make sure it's safe for the laborers. And also, I noticed that some of our security is thin at these places." And you see her, like, pull out a map and, like, start marking spots. "I think we need to double the guard at these 3 pubs because they've been hit twice this week. Also, personally, I think we should move on them before they move on us. I know for a fact that the blacksmith here pays protection money to 2 of the other families. So if we hit him, then, you know, it'll show everyone that their protection doesn't really mean anything, and it'll go a long way in getting people to stop paying them. And if they stop having money, then that means they have less money to hire the Thorns to go after me, right? So," and she kind of, like, trails off as you, like, kind of approach to examine her father.
Mm-hmm.
You see him kind of, like, nod approvingly and say, "Yes, I suppose that's all right. Go ahead and relay the information to Dogwood. He'll make sure it gets done."
Pull up my medicine kit.
Mm-hmm. Give me a medicine check.
Start looking up him. Hell yeah. Why did I do that? 14.
With a 14, you know that this isn't like an illness from old age.
Mm-hmm.
You notice the cane resting against the chair he's sitting in, and notice the overall sort of weakness in his body, kind of the shallowness of his breathing, how easily he becomes winded even mid-sentence. And upon a preliminary examination, you realize he has some type of blood disorder.
Interesting. Your Donship, I think you may be in need of a blood transfusion. A swapping of blood in some way.
A blood transfusion?
Your blood is... Well, it seems like some of it is working against you.
I don't know where I would have contracted such a thing.
It could have been time. It could have been stress on your body. Magic and science work in mysterious ways, but the more you wear yourself thin, I think the worse you'll make it.
Yeah. Butternut is always telling me to take it easy, and the doctor before Butternut asked me to use leeches, and although it made me feel better while I was using them, as soon as I stopped, the condition grew worse again, and, well, as you very well know, I can't just sit here and have leeches on me all day. The goddamn things were sucking me dry. And you hear Butternut kind of like pipe up when he says this and say, "Oh yeah, it was helping for a while, but it was kind of like a band-aid, you know. Like, he got very anemic. He was getting quite sick just from the blood loss. But like, the leeches were kind of helping."
Oh, the leeches make sense, actually, to get the blood out.
Right, but then he was just like gonna die from a blood deficiency
loss.
or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it. So that was a bit of a problem there, you know.
I'll start. Little green glow appears on my hands, and I'll hold one of his, and then cast a lesser restoration to see if that will affect anything.
Let's see.
Lesser restoration. It says, and one disease or one condition, and the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. But I'm leaning into the disease.
Yeah, as you cast Lesser Restoration, you do notice some like life return to him. You notice his cheeks get rosier, his veins seem less bluish, greenish, and don't look as prominent on his forearms, and he breathes a little freer.
Okay, so it needs more, but it's an improvement. Okay.
You see Butternut kind of sitting there appraising your work, saying, "Yeah, you know, it's what I've been doing, but then I gotta be honest with you, Valym, after 24, 48 hours, he goes right back to that old condition. It's a bit strange. It's a bit of a puzzle to me, you know."
I would like to I'm going to ritually cast detect poison and disease. Specifically because it says you can identify the kind of disease in each case. So I wanna know more about what this disease is that's plaguing him specifically.
Yeah.
Druid, baby.
Yeah, what does it look like when you cast your ritual?
He definitely pulls out some leaves, but he puts them down in the shape of the basilisk symbol for Sahiba. And then there's like they're dried leaves. So what he does is he presses the center with a produced flame, and then as they ignite, the smoke comes up, and as it swirls around, he kind of like inhales it, almost kind of like a pipe. Then there's probably like a glaze over of his eyes for a little bit, and then like a green highlight of the pupils.
As your eyes glaze over, you see Sahiba's face in the smoke. And she says, "Oh, hey there, dearie. How's it going?"
Going very well. It's good to see you.
"Oh, yeah, I miss you. You gotta come by the spa soon."
I've been talking to someone about you. I think they're excited to see you sometime.
Oh, yeah, to bring it by. I found some wonderful little acorns, and then I ground them up with some hazelnuts, and I made loaves of bread.
Bread?
Yeah,
hazelnuts.
Yeah, I burned the first 2, but the next 3 turned out really great. But they're gonna go stale, so I need you and your friends to come eat them.
Oh, I will. I will hurry up.
Yeah, you
Oh my
slice them
gosh.
nice and thick, Texas toast style, and then you put a pat of butter on them, and then what you do is you gotta heat them up in a cast iron skillet, and then you'd have that with one soft boiled egg on top, and let me tell you, you got yourself a stew going. But you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go through all three of these loaves.
And you see, like, in the smoke, her holding up 3 giant loaves of bread.
Before they go stale. So I'm gonna need you to kind of come through with your friends, and maybe I can make you kids sandwiches.
Question. Can anybody else see this?
No, no, it's just you. And now your mind goes back to Ajax and remembering him talking into his coffee cup.
Yeah. That sounds perfect. I'll make sure to be there as soon as possible.
This old geezer looks sick as shit.
Oh, yes. So, ask a question. Am I speaking out loud or in my head?
It's like mumbling, garbled, maybe even
Cool.
sounds like it's backwards or demonic to people around you.
Yeah, no, he's sick as fuck. But my girlfriend's...
Oh, just
It's
your
her dad.
girlfriend. Okay, look at her.
Yeah. Apparently.
Good for you.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, but it's her dad, and he's not doing well. And if I don't get him back in good shape, the crime family might fall apart.
Oh, well then. Okay, well.
You see her kind of
that's a bit
waddle over, made of smoke. And as you're like ritually casting the spell, even in her smoky form, she's kind of like hobbling
Fucking cool.
on one hip.
Oh, yeah, I see your problem there, kiddo. Well, it's a something of an herbal nature.
Really?
Yeah, you probably know it, fallow thorn. See, I know of that pretty well, given my experience with war. But every medic, especially war medic, worth his salt's got some fallow thorn in the old kit. You take that, you mash it up with a drop of water, you put it in a wound, and it constricts all the blood vessels going to it and kind of staunches the bleeding. Can save a dying man. However, if you eat it, it does the same thing. You get my drift? This dude's being choked from the inside. Somebody is poisoning him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, this is good old fallothorn. I've seen this. Sometimes people would chew up the fallothorn paste in their mouth out in the field, and you would see temporary effects like this. I see your lesser restoration put some of the life back in him, but, when he goes and poisons again, it's just gonna come right back. Somebody's been trying to kill the old geezer. He kind of cute, though.
Do you want me to put in a good word? I know there's no misses.
I don't like those rich types.
But that's fair. I love her so much.
I always think they're better than you. I'm a god. I'm out of his league.
You could kick his ass easily.
I could do better than that. I want
That's
me a
true.
young thing.
Well,
Something
I
that
do-
makes me feel young,
I do know someone. His name is Thorn. Talon, excuse me. His name is
That?
Talon.
Oh, no. He looks like a whole mess of problems.
You know what? I feel like there's a moment where I'm still kind of warged over, and I look at Talon.
He's
Poor guy.
cute, but he just looks like he's trouble.
Yeah, he's a little troubled, but he's just stupid.
Oh, fair enough. Most people this age are, young and dumb. What are you gonna do? I was young and dumb once.
Was that before you made the stars?
Well, I was never okay. Well, I was always pretty competent at my job.
Yeah. So, has someone been poisoning him continuously? If they stop, will he be okay?
Oh, yeah. He just needs time to exit his system. He'll be just fine. Yeah, good old Fallowthorn poisoning. Most people don't remember the war, so they don't remember what it looks like. This should be an open and shut case. Oh,
What does it
good
look
route,
like
though. I'm sorry, what?
What does it look like? Would Valym know what it looks like, I guess?
Yeah, you would know that
Okay.
it looks kind of like a bright yellow thistle.
Cool.
Some people mistake it for a weed.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That helps. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course, anytime, all right? All right, you be blessed now.
And she pats your head. And as she does, you learn the spell Bless.
Yeah! Let's go. Hell yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Come
He's got a little bit of paladin in him.
I'm a very happy boy. I look to the Don. Ah, okay.
Are you
know
okay,
what?
son? You were speaking in tongues.
I think so. I'd like to examine your neck, if I may.
Very well.
I say in Celestial, can you understand me? Nod if you can.
He nods.
And then I'm much quieter, saying, someone has been poisoning you for an extended amount of time. Fallowthorn poisoning, to be clear. It's a bright yellow thistle. When you eat it, it essentially constricts all of your blood inside of your body. Do you have an idea of who? And then in common, okay, I think with the rest, you might be all right.
Oh, understandably so. A good night's rest can set most anything right.
And he kind of gives you a look of knowing, as though in his mind he has already taken care of it.
Well, I think that good food, plenty of hydration, you should be all right. To be honest, your father looks like he's in incredible shape for someone who has been so stricken. And I look to Sunflower and Talon, Butternut Talon.
You notice Sunflower is talking to the blundering half-orc that you remember from back at camp, Dogwood. And she looks up at you excitedly, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad to hear it."
Dogwood?
Oh, hi. He waves.
Isn't he one of their siblings?
Mm-hmm. You remember him as one of the ones that came to the camp and tried to kind of steal away Sunflower in the night and like yelled at her about stealing the turtle.
Oh my God. Wait.
The one that thought she was kidnapped and like came to rescue her. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad we didn't hurt him.
Yeah.
Is the other half gnome?
You assume.
Oh my God! Go ahead, Daddy Florendale. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Half's running the family. Look, this ain't nothing new. Let's go. It's like a corgi and a German Shepherd.
God damn it, Gabe.
Whew. Anyway.
You notice Dogwood is a little short for a half-orc, but still pretty tall. He's not Ajax sized, but you know.
Yeah, hey, he might be. Who knows? Anyways, it's good to see you again, Dogwood.
Oh, hi. Sorry for that mishap back at. That was awkward now, I suppose.
Hey, no, it just means you cared about your family. That's important. Family matters.
Nice to see you back.
Thank you.
I didn't
Sad to see
tell.
you well.
Sonny told me not to.
You didn't what? Oh, you didn't tell.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to. I kind of knew, though. She told me. And she told Buckthorn. And she told Lotus. Yeah.
And Sequoia as well? What about Lavender?
Not Sequoia and not Lavender.
And not Talon.
Talon? Who's that?
That's the artist formerly known as Butternut.
Oh, Butts? Yeah. No.
Talon.
Talon, huh? I'm gonna miss
Yes.
calling him Butts. I don't know. Me and Sonny kind of always talk about boys together, you know?
Oh. What's your type?
Well,
I'm
you
not
notice he
hitting on
kind of,
you. I have a girlfriend.
you notice he kind of blushes. His cheeks turn bright green. Well,
I swear if you mentioned Scorpio, I'm gonna laugh.
no. You know that big strapping lad in your party that hit me was kind of cute.
No, this one, I go and turn into Ajax.
You see him like blush deeper. I mean, it wasn't that cute.
Wow, you are definitely Sunflower's brother.
Oh, whatever. You're the worst. He
Go
kind of
back
like
to
pats
Valym.
you on the arm. You're like
Yeah, yep.
Sunflower, such a tease.
Yeah, well,
No wonder you get along.
love a girl with a mind.
You're both just downright demonic.
Downright, yes.
You see a half-elf emerge from the kitchen with a platter of sort of like cups on it, steins
Yeah.
almost.
Better
And they
not be
have
another sibling.
steaming milk with cinnamon. You see Dogwood grab one and say, "Thanks, Lavender."
Who is this man? Who is this man? This motherfucking Cat Williams? How many wives this man got? Damn. Damn.
God damn it.
Don Giotti, like, what's good? Don's a homie. Teach me your way. Well, actually, don't. If I'm dating your daughter, I don't know how to know your ways because then you'll kill me for womanizing. Damn. Gabe doesn't know what to say. Is there anything else that we can do for you, Don? Especially if I am an outsider, but I would like your permission to make a suggestion.
What is that?
You are one person running an organization. And your children, from what I've seen, all have very interesting skill sets. And eventually, the time that you do pass, it is a strange choice to have to decide on one, correct?
As you say this, from the antler kind of chandelier above you, you see hanging upside down from one of the banisters a tiefling that says, "He's not wrong."
Fucking Batman? Is that Buckthorn?
Yes, I'm one with the night. And you
my
notice that the voice is very young.
It's a tiefling? I guess it was Buckthorn because they're fucking hanging on the antlers.
I'm the sneaky one.
Oh. That's actually relatively impressive.
You didn't see me up here.
No, I did not.
Anyways, I should come down. And you see her unwrap her tail from the banister and like land on all fours.
Oh my God.
Spooky. And you see Sunny just like grab her in a headlock and give her a noogie and say, "You're such a dweeb." And Buckthorn's just like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow."
There's so much happening.
Sorry about that.
The reason I say that, proven right now, leaving responsibility for an entire organization when you have capable children is a complicated thing. And there are 7 of them, correct?
Yes.
The beauty of 7 is that it could always break ties. Imagine this, your donship. If instead of 1 of you, there were 7 of you to organize this group. 7 of you to decide.
It's not a bad notion in and of itself.
There's
guess.
plenty to resolve, but 7 heads of a hydra are significantly harder to kill. And 7 heads will know how to devour any other things in their way.
7 heads, that's a lot of food.
Whether they are made of gold, silver, or copper pinch.
At this, you see his eyes kind of like narrow in understanding. Metaphors aside, I think I can glean what you're saying.
Holy shit, did Valym just side with a crime family? That's what's up.
Give me a perception check.
What a character change. 23.
Mm-hmm. You catch Buckthorn trying to tie your shoelaces together.
Buckthorn, you're not as sneaky as you think. If you're going to try to tie my shoelaces together, do it faster. And I do not break the dad's sight.
Spooky. You see her cry. You see her back away, and in a very exaggerated, like Pink Panther type of walk. Dun, 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 doo, 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 doo,
I'm going to druidcraft the sound of a goat behind Buckthorn as they're trying to Pink Panther away.
They like jump. Ah! Spooky. And Sunny's just like, God, you're so embarrassing. Stop it, Buck. She grabs her by one of the horns and has her sit down. I love you, Valym, but honestly, you cannot think all 7 of us is a good idea. Look at Buck. She still has her by one horn. She's not old enough for this.
You love me?
She's not old enough for this. You're going to break it off. Stop it. And you see them like start fighting. And as they fight, you see like the Don just kind of like put his hands on his head. And you see the mirrored expression in Butternut, who's just like, oh my God, not again. I can't do this. I need to get out of the house again. This is why I drink. This is why I gamble.
Your Donship. I have a question.
Yes.
I feel like a little bit of a vacation might do you some good. How would you like to meet a god?
What can a god offer me that I don't already have?
Well, this, your lordship, this is the god that made the stars. Do you have the stars?
No. I would very much like to meet them.
She also said that you're a decent looker.
Hear that? Your old pop still going, oh, I didn't want to hear it. I'm just saying, you take after me. You could bring home a girl or a guy once in a while. Always on my case, when you're going to have kids, you get married.
You're very traditional, Thorn.
I'm very traditional. I'm not really, first time I kiss somebody, it's going to be on our wedding altar. Not like all this debauchery happening around here, happening around this household. You see even the father kind of like shake his head at this. It's just not right. It's not proper. Love used to mean something, Now y'all are just throwing it around. You see his eyes kind of linger on Sunny. Just saying it all the time, making your older brother uncomfortable. Anyway, why don't y'all go just on vacation? I'll hold down the homestead. You hear Dogwood say, oh, I should probably hold it down. You hear these like lumbering footsteps as down the stairs comes another half-orc. This one with her hair parted in 2 French braids over each shoulder.
Ooh, Sequoia. No, Lavender. Sequoia.
How did you guess?
The 2 braids made you seem genuinely like someone who cared about nature. It's like 2 branches of an oak coming down.
Oh. I suppose. Wait, are you guys making fun of me again?
No. Although your brother did call you a fucking wanker half the time.
Well, that's because I think he's a fucking lowlife half the time. Yeah, I hate that word. It cuts me right to the core, it does.
Is it because you're short?
Yeah, that's the joke, lowlife.
Oh, that makes sense. He does have a good moral compass.
I also say he's short on money and short on wisdom and short-sighted. You see, that's enough. And she's like, all right, butts. No need to get testy.
Hey. He goes by Talon now, actually.
That's appropriate. He's about the size of one.
Well,
you see him just glower.
We can call you Birch because your ego is the size of trees. Are you done being rude to your brother?
Well, I'm named after one, so a tree would be apt.
Yes, but a sequoia is wise. You're simply just an asshole right now.
Yeah,
There's
they
a
should
smirk on
name
my
me
face.
asshole, and they should name you smartass. We'd just be like siblings.
Are you going to go raise yourself to the sun? I've heard fancy people do that now with assholes.
Only to throw you into it. Can I help you?
Yes.
And you just see Sunny be like, guys, don't fight, while literally wrestling Buckthorn. She's like on top of Buckthorn. Like, she's doing that thing siblings do where like the arms are folded over and she has her pinned down.
Yes, hi, I'm Valym. I am here to, examine your father and get him back into the best shape that he can be.
I'm telling you, Dad, it's because you're eating all this processed food. If you just converted to an all-natural diet, this wouldn't be an issue.
Where is the food coming from?
I don't know, some fancy baker from in town. But ever since Dad started eating that rich, all those baked goods and pastries, that's too many processed carbohydrates, Dad. Personally, I don't eat anything that wasn't grown within 100 feet of here, I'm on an
Jasmine,
all-organic, free-range diet.
Did you mention earlier about, like, the baker being part of, like, the copper pinch route or something? Maybe not. You mentioned a couple of the stores when they were, like, shaking down what people do. When Sunny was talking about what people
That was
to
the
go
blacksmith.
to. The blacksmith. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Is the bakery in Copper Pinch territory?
I'm not sure. I wasn't led to believe that.
You should find out as much as you can about this baker.
I'll make it a point to.
And this, he says out loud in Celestial, who actually can understand me besides the father?
You hear a voice from upstairs say, "I can."
Ah, Lavender. Okay. Good. One moment. And then in a normal speaking voice, I'll ask the Don if he does trust all of his children.
With my life. As you're saying this, like, you see the wood of the ceiling above you kind of turn into a cylindrical shape, and out drops like kind of a half elf dangling with one. And he says, "Lavender, I told you to use the stairs." "Sorry." And she drops down and the ceiling closes back up together as she like shapes the wood to create a passage.
Druidic Lavender, can you understand me?
Yes.
Oh my God, we're going to come back to this. And then he goes back to common. To no surprise, probably to some of you, your father has been poisoned and has been being poisoned for an extended period of time. It's most likely that this baker was putting a fallow thorn inside of the bread and basically trying to constrict your father's blood from the inside. Or it might not even just be your father that's suffering, depending on what this baker is doing.
Oh, I thought that maybe it was from all of his smoking.
And down the stairs you see a little gnome with her hair kind of curled and cascading around her shoulders in beautiful, like, kind of chestnut waves. A small gnome in a very ornate dress that kind of trails behind her. She skips across the floor.
Hi,
I'm Valym. Nice to meet you.
I'm Lotus. Seems like you already knew that.
I figured it was good to know the names of my significant other's siblings.
Oh,
Well, look at you. And she like kind of gives Sunny like a little gesture.
Just a little wink. But yes, your father has been poisoned by fallowthorn, and if it was the bakery that was a recent contributor, either someone there is doing it on purpose, or someone there is affecting the bread that's there.
well, I'm sure we could find somebody to take a look into that.
I'm sure you have your connections, Lotus. I'll leave this one to you.
Oh, yeah, I know people at the bakers. We'll get our best men on it.
Beautiful.
Well, it's so great for you to come by, Valym. You should have dinner with us.
If no one has objections, I'd love to.
I promise we won't serve anything baked, since apparently that's, not safe right now. But I do believe we have roasted duck today.
I love duck.
I don't eat meat.
Is that dogwood?
Sequoia.
Sequoia. Oh.
I already ate.
Okay, Buckthorn.
I'm not hungry.
Buckthorn walks just like Ed from Cowboy Bebop. All elbows and knees.
Oh my gosh. I'm here for it.
She has
Yeah,
blue skin and a shock of like dark black hair, and her horns come out like just like fake devil horns, almost like prop devil horns.
Love them all. Damn it. He just gave me a whole family. Valym didn't have a family, and now he has a whole family. Ah, feelings.
So what are you, Valym?
And this is Buckthorn. She's like staring. She's balancing on her tail while sitting like cross-legged with her head cocked to one side.
I'm half elf, half celestial.
Oh, cool. I'm half gnome, half demon.
Oh. How did that happen?
I don't know. I've never asked.
No,
Just
never
kidding. I
mind.
have family secret.
As she skips away to the dining room.
That child.
You better come quick or you won't get a good seat.
No, like Russian.
You rush in and you notice the only two seats left are separate to separate you and Sunny. Buckthorn
That's hilarious.
pats on the seat next to her.
Oh God. Uh, where's so it's a seat next to Buckthorn.
Yeah, there's two
Or
seats open. There's a seat next to Buckthorn, or in between Buckthorn and Lavender, and the other seat is between Dogwood and Lotus.
Buckthorn and Lavender.
We always get him in the end, Lavender.
And you see Lavender just just blink slowly.
Fuck is this family? I love Jasmine. I love how much work you put into this family. I have so many questions. This Don, man. This Don was like, everybody gonna get it. Like that's who the Don is. The Don is who Valym could have been if Valym was more of a monster.
As 3 platters of duck are brought out and placed on the table, Valym sits surrounded by 9 new eager faces. And that'll be where we call it for today.
That was so sweet. Oh my God. Kid you not, Gabe had mentally and emotionally prepared himself for stricken sadness and he was like, God, I really hope I don't have to kill Sunflower's dad. But this was cute as hell. Literally my notes are it went from Dwarven security man, Mickey, a small gnome, hair pulled back, French braids, over his shoulders, dressed in a rich but trashy fashion suit, gold suit. Then going down to gnome looking depressed at one of the tables, 2 top buttons undone, hair disheveled, and a little bit of scruff on his face. Butternut, aka Talon, has a brother named Dogwood, half-orc, likes music, bless his gay heart. Gnome Lotus, half-elf Lavender, dropped down through wood, half-orc woman Sequoia, fucking wanker half the time, tree hugger, tiefling Buckthorn, blue skin, dark hair, and fake devil horns.
Well, they look like the kind you'd buy at a store, but they're real.
Yeah. God, so many characters. And this checks out to be a crime family. You gave a very astoundingly impressive variety of siblings.
Oh, thank you.
Because they all feel very unique. And that can be hard as hell to do. Also, good on you for managing the different voices. Switching between them.
Yeah, Dogwood Florendale, Sunny Florendale, Lotus Florendale, Butternut Florendale, Lavender Florendale, Buckthorn Florendale, and Sequoia. Because she doesn't like her last name.
Okay. Your reaction when the half-orc showed up, and I'm like, it's a what?
Yo, I didn't expect you to make it so visual.
Look, and then you got me fucked up when you're like, and half-elf Lavender. Who?
As soon as you made a big deal of the half-elf, I was like, oh my God, just wait till he sees the tiefling.
Yeah! I'm half gnome, half devil. And now a part of me is like, yo, but do Sequoia and Dogwood have the same mom? Like, is the Don on, or is the Don Don all ye was good? Like, this man, Flush Florendale. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here. So there's 2 half-orcs.
Yes.
3 gnomes.
3 gnomes, yep.
A half-elf and a tiefling. Yeah.
God. What a family. That feels like a crime family. All this diversity. Like, they just win. Damn, maybe I'm a criminal now. A lot happened for Valym in this. There was a lot of interesting development.
Oh my gosh,
And who he is as a person.
This was such a fun one shot. We had
So
everything. We had
the funny thing
romantic
is,
backdrops and beautiful cities, and now a family dinner.
so like, that's going to be a really interesting conversation back with Ajax, because he was just talking to Ajax about all this crime shit. And now he basically is trying to get inducted into the Florendale. Oh, yo. So here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I'm excited to watch his one shot and see what happens, because like, I also basically just joined a faction that is completely opposite.
Yes.
To Bindi.
Yes. Thank you so much for this, Gabe. This was so much fun.
This was fun.
And thank you so much, chat. We hope you enjoyed this one shot. You'll be able to catch the next one with Ajax and Malesh. That's Lord Balvin and Vicken next week when Ajax hits level 5 and they go on an adventure. After that, we'll be going dark until the new year. And when we come back, we'll have some new overlays, new art, and a brand new cast member. Fear not. Gabe will be back, and Xander will be back, and Balvin will be back, and we'll have a brand new player to join the cast. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. In the meantime, Gabe, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me across the internet at Gabe James Games, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. If you go to TikTok, there's a couple thirst traps. Don't know why I said that, but committing to it now, no regrets. Tomorrow is the release of the first episode of Shriek Week, Dimension 20 on Dropout. I'm very excited. It is very fun. It's pretty horny, but I can't even blame Iffy, because that's a lot of it's my fault. There are moments during that show when like Gabe zoned out and then rewatched it and did not remember saying any of those things. It was great, but I forgot a bunch of my NPCs. I felt like you, Bronze. That's what it was. I felt like you because I'm like, there's 16 people to keep track of. How the hell does she do this? Good God. And then you can find me on Sunday for Roll20Con, running through an adventure that I wrote with Elise Resendez, where it's a bunch of mini games, audio cues, tooltips, and we're probably gonna play some. We're probably just gonna play a bunch of games and just like do a 2-hour stream of us just messing around. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Y'all make sure you go check out Gabe's new show on Dimension 20. So excited to see Shikari's doing big things.
Yeah, we
are. Love it. I know that you'll also be able to see me, Gabe, Iffy, and Balvin on Balvin's GTA RP server as we engage in all types of crime, honestly, probably. I don't know which character I'm going to play. I have like 2 concepts and like an old judge that one of my friends, Nolan, really wants me to bring out of retirement. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if Judge Katarina King comes back.
I'm going to be a psychiatrist. I want people to pay me and tell me their secrets, so I can be a psychiatrist by day and a vigilante by night who acts on their secrets.
I love that. I know that one of my character concepts was going to be a relationship counselor.
That's right.
Because the game's been going on long enough now that know some of these like
there's drama.
GTA couples are insane, you know? But yeah, as for me, hi, hello, I'm That Bronze Girl. You can find me everywhere at That Bronze Girl. The Battle for Beyond trailer just dropped. Make sure you look it up on D&D Beyond's YouTube. Leave a comment and let them know Shikar sent you. Super excited for y'all to see that on the 12th. It's a 6-part miniseries, and we've got a great cast. Thank you so much for putting that link in the chat, Balvin. Yeah, we've got me, Abria, Brennan, Josephine, Emma, Erica, Ishii, Iffy, Wadaway. It's just such a great cast. So make sure you come check it out, and until then, we will see you next week, and then we'll see you next year. Thank you so much, Gabe, for this. This is fantastic.
Oh my God, this is definitely one of the top D&D sessions that I have ever had. No joke. This was one of my fucking absolute favorite sessions. So this like a lot of playing this show, like I talked to you before, I was like, being in this show made me remember how much fun it is to be a DM and be able to make joy for someone else like that. So that's why I want to do like got back into. I have been reaching out to people to start up a show again because like I wanted.
God damn it, Gabe! You can't do that to me.
Sorry. I'm pushing on the spot. That's even why I messaged you about like I want you on like a podcast thing because I want to give back like the same joy that you gave me. I love this shit. I'm gonna go chill and be like, that was good. Like I'm gonna be thinking about this for like a day.
I love this game. Yeah. I love this game. I always bully like all the cast when we have like group meetings, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep this going forever. And Sandra's always like, okay. And Balvin's always like, I mean, I'm down. I'm just here. This is Balvin. Balvin's like,
I got meeting Balvin out of this was one of the best things. Like Balvin has become a fantastic friend, and whenever I get to play games with y'all, playing Phasmophobia that night with you and Vicken and Balvin was horrifying. It was also an absolutely amazing time, and I would do it absolutely again. So
if you go back and watch the footage, Gabe,
yes,
you will see that you and I died every round, and Balvin never died. Not one time. Not one time. But you wanted the smoke. You'd be like, hey, Carol Smith, what's good? What's good?
I was a fool half of the time.
You would be like hitting on them,
the
and then they would show up to suck your dick, but they just suck your whole life, you know? And then me, I'd be like, I'm not with him, and I'd still get choked out. I'd be like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it.
We assume you about that.
I was like, why am I dying just because he's over here poking the ghosts?
Yep.
But Balvin never died. I was like, this
they
is
killed
nonsense.
The black guy, and they're like, oh, we got to get that bronze girl. Can't kill the black guy without the bronze girl. It's just.
It's worse because on Steam, my name is that brown girl. So it's like, oh, yeah, the black guy, that brown girl. They're just like getting the bingo card or whatever. Horrible.
Like proxy.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gabe. All right, chat. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Same great time, same great place. This will broadcast at 9 a.m. on Sunday. And then I'll hit YouTube right after that.